Hi, Richard Gladden. As you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video Black on Cops Violence, Niggas Gone Crazy was flagged for review. Upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. We've removed it from YouTube and assigned a community guidelines strike, or temporary penalty, to your account. Video content restrictions. We encourage free speech and defend everyone's right to express their points of view, even if unpopular. However, YouTube doesn't allow hate speech. Sometimes there's a fine line between what is and isn't considered hate speech. If you are not sure whether or not your content crosses the line, we ask that you don't post it. Learn more here. The impact of strikes. This is the first strike applied to your account. We understand that users seldom intend to violate our policies. That's why strikes don't last forever. This strike will expire in 3 months. However, it's important to remember that additional strikes could prevent you from posting content to YouTube or even lead to your account being terminated. How you can respond. If you believe this was a mistake, we'd like to hear from you. Please follow both of these steps, as simply deleting the video won't resolve the strike on your account. The next time you sign in, you will be asked to acknowledge this strike on your account. If you would like to appeal this strike, please submit this form. Our team will thoroughly review your appeal and will contact you again very soon. We value your opinions and feedback. Please take a few minutes to fill out our survey. Sincerely, the YouTube team.
Hello. That lane change back there before you get on the dangerous road. You cut across 3 lanes of traffic the last second there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're going the wrong way, man. Why don't you call him back after? I'll help you out when I'm done here. Toledo, is that right? You do all the way out here? Going to your cousins, you said? You travel for the night or what? Going back in the morning? No, not for Okay. Yeah, that's a long drive, huh? Yeah. Okay. Alright, Alright. Is this car registered? Yes. Okay. Is there anything illegal in the car? No. No weed? No. I'm getting a whiff of it out here. Is that coming from your car or what? Alright, well, I smell it. No, I'm just here. Okay. Okay, good. Won't come out here, so. In the winter? Alright. Hang tight in the vehicle. Just put your hands on the wheel. Just over your arms. Go back to my car, alright? Appreciate it. You ever been controlled for drugs? No. Okay, good. Alright. Hang tight. Black one. Smells like weed.
That's what he originally called for.
Huh? Oh, it smells like weed. He said he's never been controlled for drugs. He's got trafficking. I looked him up my whole life. He's got a bunch of weapons things too, like a lot of weapons. He was born in 91, so. He's coming from Toledo going to Bedford, so maybe you get on the car. Hopefully we get him out and check. So he's up there. It smells like weed. no drugs, right? Any weapons in the car? Okay. I'm going to step off real quick. Step off. Leave your phone up there. You don't have to roll your window up. You're not going anywhere. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So you can see it was quite the struggle outside Sheridan Mall LCBO last Friday. Lots of people trying to get in there, sticking cameras into the officer's point of view. You can see him wiping off blood off his forehead. He apparently was injured there. Soon enough, the officer can be heard screaming at these people, shoving cell phones in his face and trying to actually touch him to get away. By this point, he has already called for backup. He did so before even approaching that suspect, according to police. The officer is verbally abused, pushing people back. At one point, you actually see someone trying to pull the prisoner away from the officer. Now, other officers arrive on scene. They too are verbally abused. One of them continues to verbally assault the officers, swearing at them. The officer says, listen, calm down. You've said your piece. Do you want to give us a statement? The man says, no, I'm not. At one point, about 3 minutes before this video ends, the man who's taking that video says again, he's not giving a statement. In fact, he wants to go home and get drunk, Dwight.
Okay. Now, as we looked at that situation there, whether the officer was wrong or right in initiating that arrest, the reaction of the crowd created a really tense situation there, and it shows us the changing face of policing now, where people are willing to actually try to pull a suspect out of an officer's hand.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've all seen the videos in the U.S. and less so here in Canada of alleged brutality, but obviously for some communities there's still a lot of tension in the air with police, and we saw that here. Whether it was justified or not, well, we never know. Police, though, are saying this officer should be commended. There he was, surrounded by an angry a mob rather, who was pushing at him, shoving at him, yelling at him. Here's what police spokesperson Mark Pugash told us about half an hour ago.
I'm really surprised that I would have to say this, but it seems most people regard it as common sense. If you're being arrested, then events will unfold, and you have an opportunity at the appropriate point to challenge it, to argue your position, and you're given right to a lawyer, and you can defend yourself in whichever way you want. That is not the time or the place to obstruct or interfere with a police officer who's in the process of making an arrest.
So the person in that video, Dwight, a 25-year-old man of no fixed address, has been charged with resisting arrest and assaulting police. But again, I think one of the big takeaways here is that whenever you reach at an officer in the commission of his duty, it's lucky perhaps even other people weren't hurt in this.
Yeah, and if this continues, we're going to see more and more situations like this on our streets. Thank you for that, John.
Okay.
As you can clearly see, the video contained no hate speech. YouTube, like other Google companies, Facebook, Twitter and many more, are practicing censor at will anything that does not fit the narrative of inclusion or tolerance. Since YouTube got the shaft from large corporations withdrawing their advertising, YouTube decided to focus their revenge on anyone that makes meaningful, fact-based videos. Monetization, or should I say demonetization, has forced any revenue to near rock bottom. After considering whether an appeal would be worth the effort or reverse the strike, I decided to give it a try, only to be told I had already appealed it. And I had not. I found a way to add information to the appeal I had not made and completed my task. Shortly, and I stress shortly afterwards, I received an appeal denial from this mud YouTube team. Dear Richard Gladden, thank you for submitting your video appeal to YouTube. After further review of the content, we've determined that your video does violate our community guidelines and have upheld our original decision. We appreciate your understanding. Sincerely, the YouTube team. What can you do? Search YouTube for words like cracker or whitey and report those videos as hate speech. Find me on other platforms of social media where free speech is supported. Support me and those that get the information out about what liberal sites try to excuse, deny and even condone. If you cannot afford a donation or subscription, which is understandable, then share these videos on every website and social media network you possibly can. We are in this together. An attack on one of our rights is an attack on them all. While making this video I received this. Hi Richard Gladden. As you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow, and don't allow, on YouTube. Your video Hood Rats and Hair Hats with major black attitude and black violence Vel1 was flagged to us for review. Upon review, we've determined that it may not be suitable for all viewers and it has been placed behind an age restriction. Video content restrictions. If a video contains violent or graphic content that appears to be posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, it's less likely to be allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow content that's intended to incite violence or encourage dangerous activities. We review content on a case-by-case basis and will only make limited exceptions for appropriate educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific contexts, where the purpose of posting is clear. In light of this, we ask that uploaders post as much information as possible in the title and description of their video to help us and viewers understand the primary purpose of the video. Please note, even with this additional context, it's still not acceptable to post violent or gory content that's primarily intended to be shocking, sensational, or disrespectful, and this type of content is prohibited on YouTube. Learn more here. How you can respond. If you believe this was a mistake, we'd like to hear from you. To appeal this age restriction, please submit this form. Our team will thoroughly review your appeal and will contact you again very soon. For more information on YouTube's community guidelines, please visit our help center. Sincerely, the YouTube team. Of course I appealed with a somewhat naughty message and within seconds got the following. Dear Richard Gladden, thank you for submitting your video appeal to YouTube. After further review, we've determined that while your video does not violate our community guidelines, it may not be appropriate for a general audience. We have therefore age-restricted your video. For more information please visit the YouTube Help Center. Sincerely, the YouTube team.
And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Also follow us on the usual media for more and interesting information like this.